Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I post videos every week teaching you the latest strategies to help you build an impactful online business. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if learning how to scale your business is something that excites you. Today's shout out goes to Maribel Slater. Thank you so much for the amazing feedback that you provided in my previous video. Now, if you want to get a shout out in my future videos, screenshot yourself watching this video and tag me on my Instagram stories or leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. Now, in today's video, you will learn 45 Canva tips and tricks. I will be going over my favorite tips that will help you create beautiful designs easier and faster on Canva. So if you want to learn some cool Canva hacks, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. And let's go ahead and get started. Tip number 1, how to remove backgrounds from photos with one click. So let's say I wanted to remove the background from this particular photo of myself. You will need to have the Canva Pro account in order to do this particular trick. So all you need to do is click on Effects, click on Background Remover. It'll take a few seconds and your background is going to be automatically removed. It's an easy, fast way to do this for any particular images that you want. And this is how simple it is to go ahead and remove the background. Tip number 2 is how to duplicate a text or element with one click. So let's say I wanted to duplicate my own self right here. All I need to do is go up here, click on Duplicate, and there you go. I have duplicated myself. Tip number 3 is how to create a highlight effect on your images. And this is really great if you have like a YouTube channel. A lot of people put the little white outline. I'm going to show you how to do so on Canva. So all you need to do is obviously have two views. So I have my duplicate here and I have this image. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to go to Effects. I'm going to go to Duotone right here. I'm going to pick any of these. It doesn't matter. From here, I'm going to click on the little settings right here. And I'm going to change the highlight to white. And then I'm going to change the shadow to white. So I'm completely white now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background. So if this was my thumbnail for, let's say, my YouTube channel, I'm going to click on the background and change it. So let's go ahead and change the color. Let me move this way. Okay. So I'm going to change this to, pick this color. So as you can see, there goes my highlight right there of myself, right? So all I would need to do is I could do this, and I could use this image if I wanted to, or I could kind of like make myself a little bit smaller if I wanted the highlight to be all around my photo like that. Tip number 4 is how to add a gradient background on Canva. So all I'm going to do is open my Canva that I'm working on. I'm going to go to Elements. I'm going to do a search for gradient. And these are all the different gradient colors that they have. I'm going to pick something from here to use. So let me go ahead and play around with these, see which ones. So I'm going to pick this one right here. Or I could do this one actually. I'm going to put this on the corner and I'm going to make it and fill up my whole space. You could do this with any of these gradients here. Once you're happy with how it looks, you could come up here and change the colors. So these are my branding colors. I could do that color. I could do the green if I wanted to. And then I could just leave the yellow one if I wanted to as well, right? So I could go here and pick the yellow one. And this is a gradient color. Or I could pick a different color if I wanted to. It's really up to you. You could just play around with it. Or you could come up here and select different colors from here as well. So you could play around here. And let's say I wanted to do like 3 bold colors. You could do so. There you go. Tip number 5, how to filter elements or photos by color. So let's say I was searching for elements for shoes, but I wanted a specific color. All I need to do is click right here and search by that color. So let's say I wanted pink shoes, or you could do a specific color up here as well. Apply filters, and there you go. Tip number 6, how to use mockups to promote your products or services. So all you need to do is go to the home page, come up here, search for mockups, do a quick search. You're going to have all of these options here that you could choose from. Let's say I wanted to do this one for my XC Mastery course. So once I have this mockup here, I could upload an image or use one that I currently have in my actual file. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. You drag the image to the actual computer and it will automatically pop up in here. If you need to move the image around, if you double click, you can move the image around. Once you're happy, click again, and you are good to go. Tip number 7 is how to save time by uploading your brand colors to Canva by using their brand kit. So if you are constantly working on different digital assets that you use for your business, I highly recommend upgrading to the Canva Pro. That way you could have your branding colors already added to your actual palette. And this is really useful because I'm constantly creating, whether it is a blog post or maybe I'm doing a social media post, maybe I'm working on my newsletter. I want to use my branding colors all the time. So it makes it easy that whenever I have to go ahead and change a color, I could just come here and select my branding colors. Tip number 8 is how to perfectly align text and elements with guides and rulers. So if you're creating a social media post, let's say like this one, what you could easily do is if you go to Files, you could click on Show Rulers. And these are your rulers up here and on the side as well. All you need to do is drag the ruler to the actual Canva design, and then you can also drag it down this way. And this is a quick way to kind of align everything, make sure that your text is aligned, make sure that even these are aligned. And you could use multiple ones too. You could just drag it to the actual Canva design. But this is how easy it is to go ahead and make sure that everything is aligned perfectly. Once you're done with it, all you need to do is just get rid of the actual rulers and you are good to go to download your file. Tip number 9 is how to add margins. So if you want to add margins to any design that you're creating, all you need to do is go to the File section and go all the way down to where it says Show Margins. It will show you the margins, and then what you want to make sure that you do is that your design doesn't pass the dotted lines. So as long as it's within the margin, you are good to go. Tip number 10 is how to add print bleed. So if you need to add this, all you need to do, you will go ahead, go back to File, Show Print Bleed, and there you go. Tip number 11 is how to add audio to any project that you're working on. So this is actually a YouTube intro that I created that plays in the beginning of my YouTube channel on all of my videos. And what I did was I purchased audio on a different website. I uploaded by going here, upload media. The audio automatically gets storage in this section. And all you need to do is once you have the design that you're working on, you drag the audio to the actual media that you want to add it on. And that's how simple it is. Once you're happy with how it looks and with the actual audio, all you need to do is download the file as an MP4 video so you can use it with the music. Tip number 12 is how to add a drop shadow text effect on Canva. So all you need to do is click on the actual text, go to Effects, and click on Shadow. From there, you have the shadow created. You could change the color, of course, and make it any color that you want. Or you could just click from up here and choose different colors. As you can see, I made it red. You can see it right there. And then you could just play around also with if you want the offset to be a little bit stronger, if you want it a little bit less. You can also do the direction of it as well. Do you want it from this side? Do you want it to go a little bit more down, a little bit more to the right? I like to the right. And then you can also do the transparency. Like, do you want it a little bit lighter? Do you want it to be full heavy? I actually like it around there. And then obviously from here, you could also change the color again if you wanted to as well, and play around with it until you find that combination that you like. Tip number 13 is how to add a hyperlink text for any PDF. And this is actually really great if you create lead magnets and you want to create a lead magnet where people click on particular links and it takes them to offers or your products or maybe to your website. So let's say I wanted to create a hyperlink. out of my logo down here. All I need to do is click on the actual text where I want to create it as a hyperlink. I will go here where it has the little link. I will put in my address. So I'm putting in my actual website address. I'm going to apply this. And once I download this PDF guide and I give it to other people, when they click here, it will take them to my website. Tip number 14 is how to zoom in and zoom out faster. So there's two ways that you could do this. You could go right here on zoom. And sometimes you do need to zoom in, especially if you're creating something or the text is very small and you're trying to read what you wrote. So you could come here and play around with this and kind of zoom in this way. If you have a Mac, you could do Command plus and then Command minus to kind of go back. If you have a Windows, you would do Control plus and then Control minus to go back. Tip number 15 is how to create a presentation on Canva. So if you ever needed to create a quick presentation, all you need to do is you could do a search up here and type in presentation, or you could go right here and you'll see it right here, presentation. So click there. It's going to give you different options or different templates that you could use. So you could use any of these here, anything that speaks to you, to your brand. I kind of like this one here. You could click on it. Once you have it, you could start editing this. You could change the colors if you wanted to. So let's say I was doing a presentation and I named mine how to increase your online sales, right? So if this was my presentation, I could keep adding to this. I could put this one here. I could have a picture of myself here. I could keep adding to this and add another page. I could maybe go ahead and talk about how to connect with me online. I could kind of go and then start my presentation, right? And you can make this as long as 100 templates. That's the max that you could add. Once you're happy with this, then you could go ahead and present this and go ahead and click on present. And you can make this into an actual PowerPoint presentation where you're talking about how to increase your online sales. Tip number 16 is how to record yourself while talking over a presentation. I don't know if you know this, but many people don't know this. You can actually record yourself using Canva. So if you are short on money and you don't have a video software right now, this is the best way to do it. So once you create your presentation, you will go up here, click on the three dots, and you will click on present and record. Follow the steps and you are good to go. Tip number 17 is the fastest way to add a text. So if you're working on something and you want to add text, all you need to do is click on T on your computer, and it will automatically pop up your paragraph text here. You're able to go ahead and change the font right here, and you're able to change the size and color as well. Tip number 18 is how to resize your images fast and quick. So let's say I'm working on this. I'm going to use this image on my Instagram, but I want to create another image for my Instagram story. So all I need to do is I'll click on resize. This is an option only if you have the Canva Pro. And from here, you pick the size that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and do it in pixels. And I'm going to change this to 1080 by 1920. That's the size for Instagram stories. I'm going to go ahead and resize it. And now I have this resize for my Instagram story. Tip number 19 is how to filter templates by languages. So if you're looking for a template in a different language, I myself speak Spanish. I'm going to go ahead and change that. You could do so by clicking here in the settings and you choose a language. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one here. And these are all that are changed into Spanish. Now keep in mind that you could use a regular standard English template and then change that into Spanish as well. But this is just a quicker way if you want to play around and find something different that's already pre-made. Tip number 20 is how to filter elements from free and pro. So if you go to elements here, and this only will work for people that have the free version, that they don't want to pay for the pro elements. If you have Canva Pro, then you could use all the pro elements and you don't pay anything additional. But you will go up here, you will click on the filter, and right here you could filter it by free, apply. So these are all the free ones. Or you could go ahead and also click on pro, and then all the pros will come up as well. Keep in mind, if you have, like I said, Canva Pro, it comes included with your subscription. If you don't, then you could just pay, I believe it's $1 per image. Tip number 21 is how to group text or elements together. So these are individually right now. So if I wanted to move this text and all of it to move, all of these to move together, I need to group them together. So if I needed to do that, all I need to do is just select all the text, click up here where it says group, and now the text is grouped together. Tip number 22 is how to curve your text on Canva. So all you need to do is have your text that you're working on, click on effects, click on curve. And you could play around with this as well to make it not as curvy if you don't want it. This is great for your logo, this is great for your website, etc. Tip number 23 is how to add bullet points or numbers on Canva. So if you're creating a newsletter, maybe you're creating a social media post where you need to add bullet points or numbers, this will be great for you. All you need to do is create the first line that you're working on. You could actually click right here. It will select automatically bullet point, but you could double click on it again and it will have the number. So then you go ahead and write the second tip that you have. So let's say is activate plugin. And then if you have another tip, you go ahead and click enter and it'll automatically put 3, 4, 5, and so on. Tip number 24 is how to create and print business cards directly from Canva. Many people don't know, but you can actually print out a lot of stuff using Canva services. So all you need to do is just do a search, type in business cards, and you're gonna get all of these options here. So let's say that this one speaks to your brand, you click on it, you play around with it, you do all the editing, you could change all of this, you could change the color. Once you're happy with how it looks, all you need to do is click on print business cards. And from here, you'll click on resize design. And then it will give you all the different options, whether you want to print it on standard paper, premium, deluxe, how many do you want, and then what style of finish do you want. And that's how simple it is to create and print business cards from Canva. Tip number 25 is how to animate text or images on Canva. This is really cool because I use it actually for my YouTube intro, and I also use it for like social media posts a lot. So if you wanted to create this a little bit more animated, once you have whatever you're working on, for instance, let's say I'm gonna animate my YouTube intro, all I click is on animate up here, and I could select, these are all the free ones, and these are the ones that come with the actual Canva Pro. But they actually give you free ones as well. So you could click here and you can see how it just becomes animated. And it's really nice because it's different. You can add your music and you could create a really cool intro within seconds using Canva. You could use any of these here. As you can see, they have a big selection that you could choose from. Also, if you're creating different templates, let's say you have one page and then you have a second page, every page could have a different style. So for instance, I could pick on this page. Oops, let me go back. I could pick on this particular page that I want this one, the fade. But then on my second page, I want to include this one here, the tumble, right? And then now when these here, let's go ahead and play it. So that will be one style, but then the second slide is going to be a different style. You could do that as well. This is great for PowerPoint presentations if you want to have different variations of things as well. Or if you want to keep it the same aesthetic, like the same type of animation, then you just click on apply all. Then when you download the actual file, you download it as an MP4, and that particular style will apply to all the templates here. Tip number 26 is how to duplicate a page. So if you're working on a page and then you're like, oh, I want to do some tweaks on the page, but you're scared that you might mess it up, all you need to do is just click on the little plus sign right here, duplicate it, and then, start making the changes here of whatever you want to change. And that way, if this doesn't turn out to be the way that you want it, but you actually like this one, you didn't ruin the original design. Tip number 27 is how to move layers around on Canva. So let's say I wanted to do a fun picture with me and my son, and I wanted to put like a background of a sky. Because this is the first photo that I put, automatically when I add this photo, it's going to be right on top of the first layer. So if I want this photo to go behind me, all I need to click on is position, and then all I need to click on is backwards. and it automatically puts it behind me. And then all I have to do is click on that layer, play around with it, obviously, straighten it out, and then I could put myself like, let's say right there, and that's how you move layers around on Canva. Tip number 28 is how to create a team and pay for one Canva Pro and get 4 for free. So basically, you can invite 4 more people to team up with you on Canva Pro for free. And this works really great if you have a team. So if you have a business and you have like a team that helps you with your business, this is great. All you need to do is create a team. Right here, you're able to put their email address and invite them for free. They don't have to pay anything. And then you just choose what type of role you want to give them. If you have questions about the roles, it gives you all the different explanations here. Tip number 29 is how to save a template to a folder on Canva. So let's say this is a template you're working on and you know that you're going to be using it every week. All you need to do is go ahead and click on File, Save to Folder, and then save it to a folder, or it will also prompt you to create a folder if you wanted to create a new folder for it. But this is important because if you have a specific template that you know that you're going to use time after time, it will save you a lot of time instead of you manually creating it all over again. Tip number 30 is that you could design and print unique ceramic mugs using Canva. The reason why I like this is because I just created my own mug using my own logo. I haven't received it yet, but I thought it was a great idea. All you need to do is click on mugs, do a quick search, and you can actually upload. You could create a blank mug, meaning that you could upload your own design like I did, or you could choose one from here as well if you wanted to. So let's say that I particularly like this one here for a mug. This is how it would look. I could change the text if I wanted to. I could change the color if I wanted to. So you could pretty much do anything here. If you want to just do like 2 colors like this. Once you're happy with how this looks, then you will click up here, print mugs. And this is cool if you have a team as well, because you could create a mug for yourself and for your team. And you could do one-sided mug only, right? Or you could do both sides if you want your message on both, or you could create 2 different messages, obviously for both sizes. And then from here, you could pick if you want 1 mug, 2 mugs. The more mugs you buy, the cheaper that they are. If you have a team, buying 5 mugs for 5 people for only $60, it's not too bad. You click on whatever you're buying, continue, proceed with the billing, etc. But this is how easy it is to create actual mugs for your business if you wanted to as well. Tip number 31 is how to make any post into an actual MP4 video on Canva. So if I wanted to take this particular post that you see and I wanted to make it into an actual video, all I need to do, or one of the things I could do, is go to Elements, type in, let's say, star stickers, do a quick search, and these are all the stickers that come up. So I could pick any of these to use. So what I'm going to do, I like the first one I see right here. I'm going to put it in the actual post. I'm going to fit it the way that I want it. I think it looks good right there. Once I'm happy with it, I could change the length of my video. I could make it small, shorter, or longer. Once I'm happy with the length, I go ahead and download as an MP4 video. Tip number 32 is how to delete uploaded media on Canva. So what you could do is you could go to, let's say, one of your designs. I'm just going to open this one here. And I'm going to go to Uploads. And I'm just going to go here. And I'm going to click on the design that I want to delete. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Sometimes you have to delete stuff because you do have a limit with Canva. And a lot of times we'll start getting so much clutter that it's just easier to go ahead and delete old files that you're not currently using. Tip number 33 is how to name your image file when downloading from Canva. And this is great for if you're doing a Pinterest pin for your business. You have to make sure that the file has your actual keyword. And this is also good for if you're creating like a lead magnet, you want to name that PDF guide as well. So let's say this is my PDF guide. All I need to do is click up here, Pinterest SEO guide. And now when I download it, I'm just going to download it really quick. I'm going to download the first and second page. Now, when I download this file, the file name is going to be Pinterest SEO Guide. So when my customer gets it, they won't be confused because the actual file has that name. Tip number 34 is how to download high quality files from Canva. So unfortunately with Canva, JPEG and PNG files are not necessarily high quality when it comes to printing and making sure that they're 300 dots per inches. However, if you want to make sure that your file is saved as 300 dots per inches, all you need to do is download the file as a PDF print, and that will ensure that your file is high quality. Tip number 35 is that if you refer any friends to Canva, you get free premium photos. So all you need to do is head over to your profile picture, click on refer friends, give them this link or share it on Facebook or Twitter or in your email list. And anytime somebody joins Canva, you get free premium photos. Tip number 36 is how to delete trash from Canva. So even though you deleted whatever file you uploaded, it goes into the trash folder and you need to go in there and delete that if you're trying to open more space. So all you need to do is when you click on home, you will head down to trash, click there and delete your files. Tip number 37 is how to lock a design on Canva. So if you're working on a slide or you're working on a particular design, you could actually lock a particular part of your design to avoid making unintentional changes to it. So all you need to do is hover on top of the design that you want to lock. And if you click right here in the three dots, you will click on lock. So this design, you're not able to edit that design. So you could change all of this and you will not mess up this design. If you want to unlock it, all you need to do is click on the lock right here to unlock it. Tip number 38 is how to add a text overlay to images. So let's say I wanted to use this and I wanted to add text on top of it. It's pretty dark, so it'll be a little bit hard for the text to show up. So one trick that you could do is click on elements and you will go to shapes, and I'm going to add this square and I'm going to make it a little bit longer. You could do the full image if you wanted to, like you could cover the whole image, or you could do just a section. I'm going to do just a section. I'm going to add text to this, which is down here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this text right on top. And I'm going to say, welcome to the group, right? Then all I'm going to do is make this a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and change it to that size. And at this point, I could either keep it this way and I just added a text overlay, or I could make this picture here, this color, transparent. So I could play around with it and make it a little bit more transparent. And then if you did this overlay right on top of your image, it still looks pretty good. So this is how you do a text overlay. Tip number 39 is how to add an image to Canva. So if you're working on the design, you go ahead and create design here. You choose your size. So let's say I'm going to do an Instagram post. So I'm going to do 2000 by 2000, create my design. All I need to do is if I wanted to upload my own image from my computer, I will click on uploads, upload media from device. And from here, I will pick from my actual computer. Tip number 40 is the fastest way to uppercase text. So if you need to change the letters to uppercase, just click on the actual text that you're working on, click on the little three dots, click on uppercase, and there you go. Tip number 41 is how to add notes to any design. So if you're working on the design and you want to add some notes for you to remember later, or maybe for your team, all you need to do is click on this little note right here, add the notes. So this is the post for Thursday, and then save. Tip number 42 is how to take any design that you create on Canva and how to embed it on a HTML or link. So you can actually take this particular design and put it in your website if you wanted to. So if I like this design, all I need to do is click on the three dots, go down to embed right here, click there, and it's going to give me the actual HTML code that I could use on my website so the picture actually pops up, or I could use this link as well. Tip number 43 is how to filter font by type. So if you're playing around on fonts, you could click on the font up here. And if you go up here, you could click on the little box and you could filter them by handwriting fonts right here, as you can see. Or you could filter them by corporate fonts. Or you could choose any of these different filters that they have. You could do all bold fonts, but this is how easy it is to filter your fonts to whatever you're looking for. Tip number 44 is how to add Canva audio to your designs. Now, Canva does offer music that you could use for your designs, but this is only available if you have the Canva Pro. So if you want to play around with it, all you need to do is go down to music right here and have your design open. And from here, you could pick from happy to instrumental. You could pick all these different types of music, pop. They have hip hop. They have all types of music in here. And you could kind of go through it, play whichever one you like, see if you like it. If you're happy with it, all you do is just drag and drop. And that's how you add audio to your designs that you create. Tip number 45 is how to check designs that we share with you. So if you buy a lot of stuff like I do from Creative Market, there are templates that I could go ahead and edit on Canva, or maybe somebody share with you a particular file and for some reason you cannot find it. All you need to do is click on home, head over to share with you, and then it will auto-populate any file that somebody ever shared with you. So there you have it, 45 tips and tricks that you could start implementing when using Canva. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. This way I could create additional videos like this. Let me know what was your favorite part about this video. If you learned something new, don't forget to like and share this video as well. And thank you guys for watching.